So viewers may not recognize this because there is now so much foliage. So here we are. This was a tree that we carved, or Kevin carved, in October, and look at it now. I even took the bold decision to put it in a large bonsai training pot. So I did take off quite a lot of root, but I knew exactly what I was doing. So the tree has come through extremely well. And of all the wild branches, there's only one which probably didn't make it. Look at it. Every single branch has come out perfectly. And the growth is about 4 to 6 inches long. All this year's growth, 4 to 6 inches long.
And we started with
Nothing.
minute branches,
Yes.
yeah. Nothing, yeah?
Okay.
And it's completely different from the tree that we've just seen, yeah?
All right.
Because now what we're doing is we've taken total control of every single little branch. And this will be more like a Japanese type tree, yeah, where everything's controlled, yeah. And,
so we're just going to tip the ends with the scissors.
Yeah.
Okay, that's simple. And
Will you
if
get the
there's
scissors?
scissors in the red toolbox, there's one. And then also let's look at this one while we're here.
Yeah.
This is a tall formal upright one with the single leader. Again, every single branch has come through. Look at it. 6 inch long growth, all new growth. So we know what we are doing here. So all we do is tip the ends and shape. Like so. Again, as we say, not rocket science. The more we trim, the more ramification we get. And I dare say by the end of the year, 1 year from training, we will have very recognizable, decent pads.
Yeah, it really isn't rocket science.
And we have lots more of these yews. We are going to show you the ones we dug up at Easter in April in 2 months, and they're already beginning to sprout, but I'm going to show you that separately.
Obviously, when you're doing this type of pruning, yeah, you know what I mean, some you'll leave longer, yeah, you know what I mean, like this, yeah, you know,
want a new branch, yeah.
Want the branches to thicken up slightly, yeah. But,
when you think that these branches, they're only 2-year-old branches.
Oh, it's nothing,
only
yeah,
2
you know.
years.
But there's something we have to do now, right, yeah? Now these trees, right, yeah, they've got a certain amount of shape in them, but now, right, yeah, the wire's going to start to cut in, yeah?
Oh.
So what they need to be done with these trees, right, is for them to be de-wired and fed with high nitrogen and put outside, yeah?
But do you think it's too soon to remove the wire?
No, I think there'll be some, you'll be surprised how set they are, yeah, because they were young shoots, yeah, when we did it, yeah, you know. So all of these have had the direction that they want to go in, yeah. But now we need to put high nitrogen feed in there.
I haven't fed it yet.
And get these branches really big, and we can't do that while the wire's on there.
Okay.
Then we'll rewire again in October, and you know, by next spring, yeah, we'll have something that's you know, going towards a bonsai tree, yeah. So
it just shows how quickly these trees can be created, isn't it? This is just 6 months from creation, 6 months, and already looking like the finished article.
we should go and have a look at those
stumps,
trees that you dug up.
Okay,
there, yeah,
right,
you know?
we're going to take a walk now. So let's begin by showing you what we replaced. This is the hedge that we dug out, and I'm always proud of our sustainability credentials. So we took out a hedge and we planted 2 new hedges. So this in 10 years time should produce quite reasonably thick trunks. Now let's just look at what we dug out in the spring. It was only in April, the first week in April at Easter, the Easter weekend, we dug these trees out, and look at them already. Look at the growth on that. Absolutely covered with new shoots,
And look at the size of the Navarre. Yeah.
We're not going to cut anymore. Just let them grow.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Just let them grow. So every single tree has got new growth.
Beautiful. Put my hand in there for scale.
Yeah, look at
that.
So these are available for Kevin to do workshops with. Look at that one. Every single one is a beauty.
All potential masterpieces, every single one.
And everyone is different. Everyone is different. So we are not joking. 10 to 12 inch nibari at least. Look at the new shoots on it. Look at the new shoots. And this is despite all that heat we have been having, you know, high 20s, low 30 degrees centigrade in full sun. But you were saying that I should grow it in shade, isn't it?
I think now, right,
Covered with shade.
Now they've shot, yeah. I think there should be 50% netting here,
Okay.
yeah, just to shade it from the worst of the sun, just in case we get into, you know, the 41 degrees again,
Yes.
you know. But having said that, yeah, I had one in Alicante when I lived there, and it didn't grow that much. And then when I got it to Alicante, yeah, it shot all the way down and all the way through the trunk. And so they do like a bit of heat. Yeah. The thing is, people think they're mountain trees, but yeah, they are they do grow in the mountains. But usually they're high altitude, and usually like the snow comes in at September, yeah, and doesn't go till May, yeah. So they're sort of in a greenhouse, yeah, you know what I mean? Yeah. So, but they've done really well, incredibly well.
And we can show you some of the Japanese yew that we dug up. Taxus cuspidata, we were growing them, or I was growing them for garden trees, and they were like 8 foot tall, but I cut them down to about 2 feet. So here we are. These have come through. The browning is from the branches that probably can be made into shari, but the rest of the trees are fine. Look at the nibari on these trees. And we've got yews everywhere. We've got yews everywhere. Look at this one. Look at the trunk. All these tiny shoots. There are millions of new branches.
Oh, this is the one
Is it?
I'm in love with, yeah. I mean, just look at the way that leaves the ground there. And then this branch here, right, yeah, so you've got perfect taperage immediately into this, yeah, as an apex, yeah. All of this carved, and this your new apex, yeah. Look at the movement in that from there.
I dare say by next spring we should be able to do it, isn't it?
Look at this, look, it's, it got damaged, yeah.
There's natural damage,
but
sorry.
that's perfect, yeah. But that is beautiful, that one. Absolutely beautiful.
Okay. And look at that shoot. It's 12-inch new shoot. Look at that.
Yeah, it's incredible. It's incredible. And that's why I'm saying that. It's underneath these trees, yeah. And possibly, yeah, the best thing to do is to drag all those over here, yeah.
Maybe, I don't know. No, we put up shade netting.
Okay.
We put shade netting.
But I'm in love with this one. It's not as big as those, yeah, but like, look at this, yeah, the way it leads into this. But most of them have got that, yeah. But I'm getting older, yeah, smaller
Incredible.
trees.
Suddenly all these shoots have started. And it's only in the last 2 weeks, with all this heat, it's suddenly started sprouting. So that's a good sign. So we've come into our growing fields. Although we call it our growing fields, all the trees are lifted and in pots. But this is where we grow them big. And we have so much material. Junipers, yews. There is an Irish yew. Irish yew is very hard to use, isn't it? It's fastigate.
It's got a fastigate habit, and
but this is another yew. This is what, 10, 12 foot tall? I was growing it as a large garden tree, but forget it. I don't think we can use it as a garden tree. I think there's sufficient stuff at the bottom, don't you think?
Yeah.
All right, so let's try and tip it over and see if it is stuck in the ground. If not, we can always cut the roots out of the pot. Pull it towards you, perhaps. You've got the loppers. Tyler, you hear some loppers. Can you see some root here? The loppers for you. Oh my God! Timber. Who would think that we are doing bonsai? Very easy.
Do they?
Yeah, very easy.
I've never done it.
Yeah.
Oh my God, yeah.
Are there many roots?
Not many big ones.
Okay.
There's loads of small ones there.
Okay, maybe tip it the other way, then we can see if the roots holding it this way. Oh, it's not in the pot. I took it out of the pot. Okay, fine. Now it should be free.
Thank you there.
Okay. Honestly, there's so much material here. Look at it. There's material everywhere. So those of you who are looking at our videos will know that there are some trees.
Watch. A bit wobbly.
God, who would think that we're making bonsai with this stuff, isn't it?
Hold on.
It's
10 foot tall. Originally I had visions of making it a tall garden tree with shaped branches. So look at that root ball. So we took it out of the flower pot. Lots of weeds and seedlings, cotoneasters, oaks. They're all the same vintage as our other ones, grown here for the last 30 or 35 years probably. So these trees are probably only about 30, just under 40 years old. And already these low branches are sprouting.
And as usual, it's got a splaying root on one side, which is great. Sorry to tell me that's that. And need is greater.
Whoa.
So if you can envisage they are not going to use the top, I'll bring the chainsaw and can take the top off. So Kevin is studying the tree at the moment.
Yeah, I have a little bit of an idea.
You want to stand it upright?
Yeah.
Or not? Look at that for bonsai. So many options. You could have a 1.2 meter tall tree, but I don't know what Kevin decides to do.
I'm looking at this. It looks like a damn good apex to me. So we can take that down here. We get a huge amount of power here in the base there. It's a shame. Oh, that one's alive. What we could do here is make like a little copse at the
Okay.
bottom of the tree here, you know. There's a few small ones here that will make a little forest here at the bottom here.
Right.
Yeah. And this one here, yeah, where it separates, will make a fantastic apex.
So you keep that.
So
you,
we'll keep this part, yeah.
the rest of that's going, or you can keep it for carving.
Oh. What I'll do is we'll make one
Keep-
we'll
yeah.
make one cut, and then we'll make another decision
Okay,
yeah,
yeah.
after that
All
cut,
right.
yeah.
Okay. All right.
Through here, yeah.
Okay.
Just going to see what it looks like once this is gone.
These mini chainsaws are so good. Look at that, look at that. That could be another bonsai. What a shame. Could have airlaid that. Hold it up.
Just about taller than me.
Yeah, so that's 6 foot.
Yeah.
So the tree was about 9 or 10 foot. Yeah. There you are. I think they're all 2-year branches.
Yeah. And that's what we're going to go with, like the other
Okay.
tree, yeah.
Do you think we need to scrape the surface to see the roots?
I think we'll get in
Root
there
break.
with a hook here, but I don't think it goes a lot more
All right.
than that, but we'll have a look.
Okay.
Can't feel anything there, yeah, but it splays quite,
This is, I think, is a weed. I think that
Yeah,
was
that's
hedging
the-
honeysuckles may have been dead. Okay.
yeah.
Weeds.
But it splays quite nicely here,
Okay.
Pete, yeah, you know, so it's a shame that little one's not alive, yeah,
Oh.
because that would have really played in. But we've got this one, and we've
okay.
got this one, and I believe there's something on that one as well, yeah, so.
And it's just been planted in ordinary garden mud. So much for compost.
It's done really well.
Should they be planted in very sandy, rock, gritty soil? No, use like
They like clay
Humus.
soils, yeah. When
Yeah.
I've ever gone to nurseries, but the funny thing is, if you go out in the wild to collect them, yeah, they usually
in chalk.
if there's meadowland and limestone, you will find that the yews won't go into the meadowland.
Oh.
They'll be half in the meadowland and half next to the limestone. So they actually do like a lot of lime, yeah. You know what I mean? So a limey soil, yeah, would be very good for them, you know. You know, even limestone's crushed up, yeah, would be a good alternative, yeah. Hey, Joshua Ross.
So those of you who have the patience to count the rings, you can put it on pause and count the rings. Some of the rings are very close together. They're like 1 millimeter or half a millimeter apart. See at the edges. I think they should be about 30 years old.
You got a drawing pad inside, Peter? Yeah?
I'll find one. I didn't realize we had so many yews. Wherever I look, there are yews galore. Look at this, that's another yew. These were all dug up about 5-6 years ago. They were all like 6 to 8 foot high trees. And all these long shoots, about 2-3 feet, have all grown in the last year. So they grow really, really fast. So I'm just going to walk out to the field because we are working under the trees in this very hot weather. So let's see what Kevin is up to. What a lovely way to spend a summer's day. So that 10-foot tree, 10 or 12-foot tree has been reduced to about, I think, 60 or 65 centimeters. And let me show you what Kevin envisages for the tree. This is the drawing that he's done. So it's going to be a formal upright with big shari at the back and some small trees on the side. So let's have a look.
Just need to get that one out of the way. Well, a small bit of wire, please, Chrissy, just to get this little one out of the way. Cheers. Let's get a little bit more on there just to get it up.
Are you looking at the front?
That's the front there,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay. That's the...
And I don't think I'm going to leave it tall, yeah. In fact, I think I might just...
What about this? This is too much to
it's too
start.
much, yeah, you know. I think what I'm going to do is separate it about here. I'm going to use the other power tool, yeah. It's always good to sort of not do everything in one hit, yeah, and just decide where you're going to go with it, yeah. Alright. Yeah, what I don't want to do is get that. So go on, give it a rip, yeah, that way. Oh, right, okay, let me cut that. Lovely.
Top.
Oh, is it still there? Cool. Yep. Yeah. Yeah, I was going to retain that, but I think I've got to get rid of some of that here, so it's got to go.